big crash front straightaway. Huge crash coming into the tri-oval. No, Rocky up and into the air.
They're beating and banging. Barr on the bottom. Cosman up top.
Kaufman, I think. No, Barr by 1/1000th of a second. Joseph, no! At the line, Thunhorse pulls the win out at the stripe.
Oh, he saves it. What's going to happen here?
Here comes the canvas. Get your foot in. He got it. He's got it. He's got it.
This is going to win.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the virtual Richmond Raceway in Richmond, Virginia. As we get set to go, it's the, I think, the Richmond Robert Dorman Rolf 250. Numerous names have been thrown out. I think that's the one we're sticking with. Nonetheless, 250 laps is what we get around this 7/8 of a mile racetrack in the Commonwealth of Virginia. Glad to have you with us. Jacob Pitts, Ben Easterday with you for the call. And Ben, I got to skip you because we're already rolling and we got to fly through this grid. So Dylan Basin, Wyatt Tinsley are on the front row. Then it's Kevin King and Logan Helton in row number 2. Alex Kolonix, Brian Mercurio, Matt Spalding, Michael P. Frisch, Jonathan Oates, Matt Danson around out the top 10. Then your next set of 10, Sean Butler, Boo Metz.
That's right, on the pace car,
then Kyler Wynn, Jordan Worth, Matthew Zwack, Kevin McAdams, Mike Koza Jr., Nick Miller, Aaron Brown, Nate Stewart, Landon Mills, you are top 20. Then Philip McCandless, Nathan Rabideau, Blake Bryant, right, Tyler Lannon, Lucas Plessel, Chris Wetz, Cosmo Oneshu, Michael Guest, Ryan Araki, Brian LaPrade, your top 30. Art Reimer, Spencer Ray, Scotty Smith, Jake Pooling, Clint Roberts, Lane Tidwell, Ethan Corder, Dylan Connolly, Robert Dorman, Craig Hawkins, your top 40. And then the final two, Jeremy Clapper Newell, Andy Margot, Justin Malillo did not grid. Art Reimer is going to start from the pits, as will Jordan Worth, and as will Michael P. Frisch. Field comes off 2. Final thoughts, Ben?
This is going to be a race.
Wise words. All right, here we go. Field comes down the back straightaway, headed to turn number 3. 250 laps are on the board. Stage 1 ends at the end of lap 80. Remember, no cautions for the ends of stages, so we'll keep on rolling. Dylan Basin and Wyatt Tinsley on the front row. Green flag, we're racing from Richmond.
Even start there. We got maybe 3 wide looking in the back, but so far double file all throughout. No one dumping it, and so far Dylan has the lead.
So far, so good. They spent warm-up trying to wear in that outside line to see if they can get any sort of grip up there. We'll see how that holds up, but Dylan Basin will lead the first lap as the field's headed back to turn number 1. Side by side, Alex Kolonix and Logan Helton. That's for 4th.
Yeah, unfortunately, they spent the whole warm-up trying to get that second and third line working, and looking at it so far, it seems like the bottom is still predominantly the strong one. So all that work to nothing, unfortunately.
3 wide, trouble, cautions out. Turn 1, car up in the wall. That's Scotty Smith. Another one down by the inside wall. Oh, man.
Oh, there's a
big wreck here. We'll get a replay. Spencer Ray and Ryan Rocky involved in this as well. And this is 3 guys fighting for the same lane on the racetrack coming off 4.
Yeah, Scotty Smith just went up. Wasn't clear there. 3 wide above him. And that 6 car had a bit of a ride on him.
Spencer Ray up on his side. Casey Kane style, except he had a car to help him get on his side.
Yeah,
another
not
angle.
Clear.
And,
I think he was trying to follow the 74 in front of him, Michael Guest, and just wasn't paying attention above him.
So caution comes out on lap number 4. Dylan Basin still your race leader, and we've got a long way to go. No fast repairs for these guys, so those with damage going to be in trouble as Art Reimer goes around. He was the free pass car. Didn't quite get off pit road as fast, so he got lapped early He gets back on the lead lap.
We got drivers trying to get them to shorten the caution, but doesn't seem like that's going to be the case. They're going to be choosing with 2 laps to go just because of how short this track is, and don't want everyone still catching up and choosing while we're going to green flag.
Right. So the choose cone sounds like it's the apron going into turn number 1. I don't believe we actually went over that during the drivers' meeting, so I think that's where it's at. We'll find out here as the field heads down to turn 1 and kind of see where they wind up. So
there's a highly detailed picture.
yeah, so we're not. I thought we were 2 to green already. I guess not. So this is the exit of pit road. If you want to be on the bottom, basically use pit exit. If you want to be on the outside, you'll stay on the racetrack. If you hit the orange box, you go to the back. And our thanks to Microsoft Paint and Justin Balillo for making that graphic every single week for us.
Beautiful art. Beautiful art.
We are still not 1 to green.
Choosing this time.
So we're choosing at 2 to green. I don't know why we need 4 laps of caution for this, but all right.
Well, if the official NASCAR can do 7 laps under pacing, then we can surely do 2 or 4. So far, all the choosing's clear.
Yep, everybody made it.
And as the back of the field catches up, we'll do 1 more lap of pacing, and then we'll be ready to go green flag.
Gosh, this is going to be a long night if we have to do this a lot. All right, so 1 to green.
Yeah, we got 250 of these bad boys.
And that's the window that we have to fit in. We started just past 10 o'clock on the East Coast. We've only got 4 hours to fit this race in. So nice and early 2 a.m. on the Eastern Seaboard. Right now we're projected at about an hour and a half. So things looking good for now. For 3 laps complete under green. We're about to go back under the green flag. Dylan Basin, Wyatt Tinsley back on the front row for the restart. Green flag. And now what? I thought Kevin King was in the right car. What the hell is that? All right, so a mix-up. He's supposed to be in the 048 tomorrow when we're at Watkins Glen. But the swap was made early because he can't read the rules. And so he's supposed to be in the 29, not in the 048. So he's supposed to be scoring the 29. He showed up in the 29, and now last minute changed his paint scheme. 3 wide further back, Kevin McAdams up the hill.
These things happen. Oh, as we got a spin,
man.
P4, he keeps it straight. We're still green.
We missed it, but he's able to hold on, lift the tires up, and they're 3 and 4 wide, scattering to get around him, and he got some help going into 3, get that 41 out of shape.
That was a great job by everyone avoiding him. He was sideways right in the middle of the track. Everyone slowed down, kept their P's and Q's, and allowed him to correct it.
Oh, man, Matthew Zwack pushes up the hill. They're going to be 3 wide. Here comes Cozy down on the bottom.
Yeah, this setup seems pretty tight on the exit, looking at how the drivers are going. They're sending it really hard, and it really pushes up the car. And then they just got to be careful of the exits. Oh, there's a little bumping and banging in the back.
Oh, one car just slapped the wall coming up off turn 2. That's Spencer Ray. Keeps it going straight. All good. No issues. Here's Spencer Ray back there with Naraki. Both of which involved in that last crash.
So far, the top 7 are single file, and we got Cozy battling with
Cozy!
Logan Houghton as Cozy got loose there.
Oh. What's for grip? And now here comes Spalding around the outside to try and take that 9th spot away. Double wide further back between Zwack and Nick Miller.
Oh man, we got 2-3 cars slamming into the outside wall of turn 4.
That'll happen. Everybody keeps it pointed straight. Oh man, Cozy loose again. Kind of scares off that 88. He'll hold on to the 9th spot. Now Nick Miller going to try and peek to the inside. 3 wide further back again. McAdams up the hill. Blake Bryant and Mercurio there. 3 wide.
So far we're calming down. This is, again, 250 laps. We already had our big caution. And we'll see how quiet it continues to be.
Well, if Cozy keeps getting loose like that, it may not be quiet for much longer. Again, sawing at that wheel. Coming off turn number 2. Nick Miller all over the back bumper. That's one evil race car right now.
Yeah, he might have burned up those rear end tires there as he's looking to get passed here by Nick Miller.
Spalding bounced it off the fence there, off 4, keeps it rolling. Side by side with Mercurio, but here comes Miller to the bottom for 9th.
And Cozy was able to keep the momentum and keep that position.
Miller running slightly faster lap times, though. May not be long. Especially if that 99 keeps getting loose on corner exit like that.
Meanwhile, a little further in front of him, Kyler Wynn, he seems to be starting to create a train behind him and slowing down. We got Logan Houghton, we got Cozy, of course, we were looking at. Nick Miller has been looking. Also, Zwack is getting into the mix here. But
and
looks like Kyler Wynn is really slow in the middle of the turn there.
Almost got run over by Logan Houghton. Here comes Miller, sending
Miller
it in on
really
Cozy.
sends it.
If Cozy can get that outside line to roll, they'll still be side by side. Of course, Cozy trying to get himself into a spot of the playoffs. Missed the last couple of weeks going on the road. He was at Indianapolis, was at Hickory last week. But he's back in the field tonight. And trying to get himself enough points to keep him alive in the playoffs. Only a couple of drivers really in that window to try and point themselves in. Cozy being one of them.
Yeah, Cozy was slightly busy with a go-kart race.
Yeah, well, things happen. How about Mercurio with Sean Butler side by side? See Nick Miller go way up the racetrack, loses a spot to Zwack.
Yeah, I don't know if he was trying that high line just to see what happened, but it ended up just making him lose a spot, so I don't know if he'll be trying that again. But yeah, we're focusing around the top 10. In front of these guys, nothing really happening. Everyone's pretty much separated by second, half second. We got a battle for 40th, apparently. Look at this, we got Frisch behind whatever the heck's going on here.
There's no way that's for 40th. There are way too many cars behind that battle. Oh, they're a lap down. Okay, that makes more sense. They're a lap down in mid-pack.
Meanwhile, if we go back to the top 10,
Yeah, here comes.
Matthew Zwack is looking to try to make a move on Cozy.
Well, and
as,
Helton's all
Kyler
over the
Wynn
back
is
door
starting to
win.
Yep, Kyler Wynn's starting to get passed by Logan Helton.
Yeah, bad set of corners there for Kyler Wynn on both ends of the speedway, and that opens the door for the 63. Move Logan Helton into that 7th spot. As we're already past a quarter of the way through this opening stage. Our stage ends at lap number 80, the end of lap 80. We're almost 30 laps complete. Oh, look out. Atlanta Mills there trying to hold on. Mercurio behind, Nick Miller on the outside.
Trying to hold on.
On board with Mills. Or Mercurio. Oh, man! I don't know how they did it, but they held on. It cost Miller a spot. And now here comes Sean Butler and Matt Spalding looking to the bottom.
Ooh,
This
Sean
is,
clearing himself there.
13th, 14th, and 15th. Out the battle with Rabideau and Tyler Landon. Back for 21st. Brian LaPrade back here as well. Surprised to see Brian this steep in the field. Didn't qualify all that high. Been a while since we've seen him here in FTF. The eNASCAR Coca-Cola iRacing Series driver. And he'll go to the inside of Landon for 22nd.
We got a battle for P11th and P12, as well as 13 and 14.
So that's
We got
Kyler
Sean
Wynn.
Butler.
Cozy got past him. And now here comes Zwack. And then, yeah, you've got Sean and Mills side by side just behind him. And then Miller and Spalding. Now here comes Zwack underneath Cozy for that 8th spot.
He's looking. He's there.
Yeah, Cozy drove it in deep, couldn't quite get it to the bottom, though, to protect that inside line. That'll open up the door for the 7.
See these guys getting yiggly at the exit of the corners.
They're
Just
tight,
wiggling it
but
back and forth.
tight and then loose. There's almost no middle ground for these guys coming off the corner.
Yeah,
Doesn't
they
want to
put a
turn, and then
little
it
bit-
turns too much.
Yeah, if they put a little bit too much speed on it, it tightens up, and they try to get to the wall. If they don't get in too hard enough, it loosens up whenever they get into the gas and tries to spin around on them, it looks like.
Here comes Mercurio trying to march his way back forward. Remember, he got run over some 20 laps ago and kind of slid down through the order, but here he gets by Cozy. He's looking to get by Zwack. He's running about a 10th a lap faster.
Oh, Cozy in the wall.
We're good. He comes over the radio and says the car sucks. There you have it.
Now we got.
Of course, there was an expletive
Zwack
in there, but
the
I'm not
wall.
going to repeat. But
That'll cause Brian Mercurio to gain a position.
and look at the gap here from Mercurio up to Logan Helton. It's about a second and a half. That's how far back this group has fallen. And everybody pretty much spread out in front of them. It's behind them where things are congested right now. Here comes Sean underneath Cozy. And you got a 4-way battle behind him. Oh, man, Spalding missed the bottom. Got up into Mills. still leaning on each other back here.
Is that a Dodge Charger
It might be.
for Matt Spalding?
Wow.
The Puffer Zone Network sponsor, it looks like.
Trouble. Clint Roberts is around on the front straightaway. He has come to rest up against the inside wall on the front stretch. Andy Margot got the apron and got loose coming off turn 4 and clipped Roberts and turned him around. So it's a 2-car spin, but we stay green.
Yep, we're driving good. Oh, there's a flashing car. Oh. There's a non-existent car kind of blinking in and out going to the pits. I thought he was going to run up on the track and kill people.
That's Sandy Margot. There's the replay.
Yeah, that's in the back.
Yep.
That doesn't warrant a caution to me.
Meanwhile, live, here's a battle. Spalding, Michael Guest, Cozy, and Kevin McAdams back here. This is 11th through 14th. Cozy going backward.
Yeah, he might have been driving it too hard and burning up those tires, and he is just not liking it. Yeah, he's just loose on exit, and it's really slowing him down compared to all the other drivers.
Clint Roberts has parked the car, done for the night. After that spin, he's decided to throw in the towel. So right now, he will finish more than likely. Actually, he will not finish last because Andy Margot fell out of the server. How about for the lead? Wyatt Tinsley. I didn't even realize that they were anywhere close to each other. Wyatt Tinsley for the lead. Got it.
If we look a little farther back, we see that Kevin King is starting to catch up now. Alex Kalonix and Jonathan Oates are part of this battle as well. So we're seeing a good battle here as leader Dylan, previous leader, led a bunch of laps, has now fallen off as Kevin King gets around him.
There goes Basin, falls back to second. So Kevin King in the 29-48 thing. He sits in second, Basin third, Kalonix closing in the gap. Jonathan Oates, a good run for him inside the top 5. And then Logan Helton, a good second and a half back from the rest of the top 5.
Yeah, Basin's tires are dead. He is yiggling off of the exits of both turns, causing him to really slow down, and he's going to lose a couple more positions here to Jonathan Oates.
That's Craig Hawkins on pit road.
What a send by Oates there on Alex. The 22. 22 is going to try to get back under him.
This is trouble. Hard in the outside wall. Back straightaway. Michael Cozy Jr., Nate Stewart, Landon Mills. Caution is out. Landon Mills got hooked into the outside wall, battling for the 16th position.
Oh.
And a big crash coming off turn number 2. Cozy apologized on the radio. Here's the replay. Gives him the spot.
Right here. He got loose off the exit and just clobbered the 25, and yeah,
Blake
here's
Bryant
gonna be a
able to
better
get
angle.
through that. Aaron Brown as well.
Just loose,
I mean,
and just
hard
right
into the
hooks
wall.
the 25.
Yeah. Nowhere for Mills to go, nowhere for Nate Stewart to go. Pit road, though, is a busy place as everybody wants tires.
Big fan.
So Craig Hawkins stays out, though he's multiple laps down. Jake Pullen stays out. He is currently a race leader. He may try and pit next time around. Everybody else that stayed out is a lap down. Wyatt Tinsley wins the race off pit road. Dylan Basin comes out in the 5th spot. So we'll let them reset themselves. We are 50 laps through here at Richmond for the Robert Dorman and Roll 250, whatever the hell it is. Robert Dorman sponsored the race. We're back after this from Richmond. Back here from Richmond, Wyatt Tinsley, Kevin King, your front row. Then Jonathan Oates, Alex Kolnick, Dylan Basin, Logan Hilton, Brian Mercurio, Matt Danson, Michael Guest, Sean Butler, your top 10 as we get set to go back under green, completing our second caution of the night. Jacob Hitz, Ben Easterday here with you. Zach Johnson producing. You're on FTF.GG, part of a doubleheader weekend tomorrow. We're at Watkins Glen for the second race of the weekend. That's 8 o'clock tomorrow night on Sunday. Back under green, Wyatt Tinsley pulling away on the restart. Jonathan Oates trying to take second spot away. He's clear of Kevin King.
Yeah, Wyatt Tinsley with a good jump there, but not as big as the start. Jonathan Oates is right behind him. Meanwhile, it is double file behind them. Kevin King's kind of leading this pack of angry drivers as everyone's just trying to send it into one. Try to keep their position as well as try to gain that position on the
Caution.
outside.
Turn one, Robert Dorman's in the wall. What?
Oh, no.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Dorman claims that Kyler Wynn cut him off going into the corner.
Oh, no.
I don't know what he's looking at.
Let's look at the replay here. So from what I can see, he hit the brakes. He has a little bit too much rear brake into it. Got loose, slammed into the inside wall, and slammed into a bunch of drivers on his way to the outside wall.
See, he's claiming that Kyler Wynn cut his nose off getting into the corner, and I guess his evasive action was to just throw it into the inside wall. I don't know on what planet. I mean, he comes down a little, but he's clear.
Well, he's sponsoring this race, so let's give him a bit of a doubt. Let's see if we can get an onboard camera and see if we can explain this animalistic.
Animal Planet. Here's the onboard. So he turns left. What? He didn't even move. He didn't even move.
No. If it
No.
was netcode, it would. The producer asked if it was netcode. I'm gonna say that's a big nope right there.
All right, let's talk with Robert Dorman. Dorman, what happened?
Oh, hello. I mean, they're saying it's on me, which I get. I said it was on me initially, but from my cockpit, it looked like he just started coming down, and I hit the brakes harder to not hit him because he did the same thing in 3 and 4. But I mean, it's my fault. I lost talent, which I don't really have. But you know, I hate that I killed everybody else.
Okay, what in the world is the sponsor of this race? Because I couldn't get it right earlier when we sent it to break. So it's the Robert Dorman and Roll 250, yes?
I'm gonna be honest, I don't really know. I didn't name it, but it's something like that. That sounds about right.
All right, that's
Well, thank you so much for
Robert
sponsoring.
Dorman.
Yeah.
Thanks for your time.
Put it around, you know.
There's Robert Dorman. All right, there you have it. So we're about 20 laps away from the end of stage number 1. We'll be choosing here, I think.
I think it's next
I hope.
time. Nope, we're choosing this time.
Okay, we are choosing this time, and Jonathan Oates will choose the bottom. Kevin King will go to the outside. So far, no choose issues. Doesn't look like we're going to have any this time, unless somebody that's already in the back screws it up. And looks like everybody's just going to make it. All right, so I'll come around, get one more lap to green. Car is currently sitting on pit road getting damage repair. Robert Dorman, Dylan Connolly, Landon Mills. As the field's already back around on the start-finish line to take one to green.
So what kind of craziness do you expect here? We got 20 laps until stage. We don't go under caution under stages here at FTF. What do you think?
Well, cautions breed cautions, especially in this league. Let's see what happens. It could go either way. I mean, I didn't think we were going to make it that long coming out of that first restart, and we did pretty well. So 20 to go in stage 1, green flag.
Wyatt Tinsley with a good jump there on Kevin King as Oates gets underneath him. They're 2x2 behind them. So far, so good. I'm not seeing any issues in the back. We stay green. Oates really sends it there on Kevin King. Kevin King gets a little wiggly there. Keeps it straight, keeps the position as they're still double wide.
Could open up the door for Dylan Basin behind as he's battling with Kolnick's for that 4th spot. Again, Jonathan Oates on the bottom, Kevin King on the outside for that 2nd position. As Wyatt Tinsley just going to pull away from everybody.
It seems like it, because the more that you run 2x2 here at Richmond, the slower you're going to be going, just because you're not getting that good entry, you're not getting that good exit. And you're also checking up everyone behind you, and they're catching up to you, trying to make a position as Kevin King tries to send it here.
Oh, trouble. Turn 2. One car around. It's Tyler Landon. Another car involved. Just towed it back to pit road. That was Kyler Wynn involved in that. We'll get a replay.
You're around P25.
Just a 2-car incident. Kyler Wynn has parked the car, done for the night. So this starts going into turn number 1. 20 with the 64 and the 82.
Yeah, we're going to see here. Tyler Landon just tries to send it there. He's up like a half a lane. Kyler didn't really expect that to happen underneath them, and just gets turned. It was a little net code there, but really Landon shouldn't have been that high up.
Huge overcorrect for Wynn and hard into the outside wall. And I think the deal with Landon there was he was up a little bit higher because he thought maybe he was going to wind up on the outside of the 98 of Jordan Wirtz, just because he got on the brakes a little bit harder getting into the corner, and maybe that's why he decided to run up so he didn't completely run him over. But instead, he gets into the 82.
I don't know about that one. He was way ahead of him. The only way we can see is like if we get an onboard here.
Ask and you shall receive.
That's an onboard.
That's with Nate Stewart.
Behind.
Yeah, that's Nate Stewart. Try it with the 64 coming down the front straightaway. Yeah, okay. That's not as big of a slowdown as I thought it was.
Look, if you got the face
TV
of
cam.
Davey Davis staring you right back, I would probably do the same.
What's wrong with Davey Davis?
Nah, those threatening eyes, those are intimidating.
Guess. All right, so we're back under caution. Still 15 to go in stage number 1. A lot of laps to go overall in this race. And yeah, this may ruin a lot of wreck scores tonight.
Mm-hmm. So what do you think of the preseason football games?
I think Zach Wilson's a moron. For hurting himself trying to out-finesse the Eagles in game 1 of the preseason. Not much to think about preseason because it's preseason and
It is preseason.
it doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things. You know, by next week it's going to be a whole bunch of undrafted guys that don't belong in the NFL anyway. So,
But football. We must watch football.
wake me up when college football starts here at the end of the month. That's when I'm going to start paying attention. We get 2 college game days in the span of 3 days. That's when I'll be interested. In the meantime, hold the NFL preseason. I don't really care. Coming up next on FTF.gg. By the way, I think a lot of people forgot about the choose cone, which is why the 22's down on the bottom. Because everybody else stayed on the racetrack when it was 2 to green, and Justin didn't get the announcement out that, hey, you need to choose. So Connelly's going to start on the bottom. Coming up on FTF.gg tomorrow, 8 o'clock from Watkins Glen for the Barr Visual FTF Cup Series. And on Wednesday, 200 laps from the Nashville Fairgrounds for the Esports Racing League, and then the eNASCAR Qualifying iRacing Series from Lucas Oil Raceway, 9 o'clock Eastern, Thursday, August 18th. They're back underway. And one of the guys that is in the running to make it out of the second round and move on to contender, Wyatt Tinsley, leads the field to turn 1.
Yeah, Wyatt Tinsley really had a good jump there on the outside as, there was almost crashing going on to the back.
No, they're not done yet. He's got to make the corner.
Yeah, corner's been made. More people getting loose. We're 4 wide in the back.
Yeah, and Landon Mills trying to get out of the way. He just came off pit road at the green flag, trying to get out of everybody's way, and he does so. Meanwhile, it's shuffling up front. Matt Danson trying to get by guys. He's now in the 4th spot, side by side with Dylan Basin.
Yeah, poor Cozy's back there with the animals. I don't know how he got back there.
No,
But
he got
he's
the
3
wave
wide with
around.
people.
He did fall a lap down trying to fix his race car after the contact. He's back on the lead lap now. And I believe he was the free pass that last time by, or got the wave around something. So that's why he's back there in the Hornets' nest with Lane Tidwell, Chris Wetz, and others.
Oh, there's a spin. 2 cars
Trouble.
around.
Rabideau, Philip McCandless,
Oh,
and they're
more
still
crashing
wrecking.
happening.
Nate Stewart, Jake Poulin. Cautions out. And looks like Nick Miller may have had something to do with this one. It's lap 72 of 250. Take a replay. Sending it in from 3 car lengths back.
I mean, he was there, and he made it stick. I don't know if it was net code or if the 105 just got loose there. I'm not going to blame that one on Nick Miller. I think the 105 got loose.
Don't touch the blimp cam. A foot and a half of net code.
Oh, man.
Yeah, there's pulling piling in. That was all net code right there that got McCandless sideways. There was no registered contact between the 109 and the 19, at least on our ends.
I'm going to be honest with you.
Maybe on somebody's computer in a distant land.
Looking at the wheel, I think Philip McCandless just got loose there and spun it. I don't think it was netcode.
Maybe. Or maybe it was both and he was just trying to save it. Either way. It's going to drop him through the field. We're back under caution. We're going to get ourselves a restart with about 3 to go in the stage or so. No penalty for that contact.
Yeah, admins are going to say it was netcode. That's fair.
Jeremy Clapper Newell waved around the pace car. That'll get him a lap back. Yeah, so that's what's coming up on FTF.gg. Like I mentioned, we're adding yet another league to the broadcast list starting on Monday. Not this upcoming Monday, but next Monday, August 22nd. Interesting start time of 9:20 p.m. on the Eastern Seaboard. We're adding the iRacing Regional Short Course Series. Starting from Crandon, Joe Peak and what is listed here as short course driver will be with you for the call on Monday. And that'll be hit or miss on Mondays throughout, well, there's only one race in August, couple in September, and then the season finale in October on Monday nights. And of course, SimCar launched this past Thursday. The 11th from Daytona. They're back in 2 weeks' time on Thursday, August 25th, 8:30 start time from Watkins Glen with the LMP2s and the GT3. Other than that, and Winston starts up in a couple of weeks as well. Sunday, September 11th, 8 p.m. from Dover to kick off the playoffs.
As you see, the field has doubled up. We are...
Where did they choose at? Hold on.
I think they chose at the blue cone. It doesn't really matter.
That's
as
not
long as
the
they
cone.
chose.
But the No, they didn't. They chose at the right box.
Well, Zach,
they just held the apron
all.
Well, yeah, Zach's wrong. They just stayed on the apron until they came up off two, instead of trying to merge back onto the racetrack. So, Wyatt Tinsley, Alex Kolonix on the front row. It'll be 3 laps in stage number 1. Remember, we don't get a caution for the end of the stage unless they pile them on up. Green flag.
So far, so good. We got a car slam into the wall in backstretch. Cozy was making it 3 wide back there. He's now gotten single file or double file around these animals.
Quarter that slammed the wall. 2 to go, stage 1.
Up front, Wyatt Tinsley's pulling away. Looks like he's going to win this stage.
3 and 4 coming to 1 to go in stage number 1. Side by side, Michael Guest and Matt Danson. That's for 5th. 1 to go.
Oh,
trouble.
got to spin the back.
Blake Bryant
That's gonna be
slams
the
into
save
the
for ya.
outside wall. Aaron Brown is around. Caution is out. That ends the stage, and Wyatt Tinsley will win stage 1 with a crash on the back straightaway. There is no racing back to the line, so it's official at the moment of caution. And once again, guys fighting over the same piece of real estate, and I think kind of the same deal of what we saw earlier between Cozy and Landon Mills. Maybe a little too loose coming up off the corner. We'll get a replay.
Yeah, looking at the replay once we get to it.
So Tinsley,
The 51 got loose on the outside. Meanwhile, the 07 pulled up in front of him. To me, it looked like a racing incident where it was just the two getting together, where it was pretty much caused by both of them. But we'll see.
So Tinsley, Colonix, Oates, King, Dancer, Mercurio, Butler, Spalding, LaPrade, Miller, your top 10 under this caution. And that may not be entirely accurate because we've got people pitting right now and it's not the entire field. So how about Tinsley, Colonix, Oates, King, Dancer, Mercurio, Butler, Spalding, McAdams, LaPrade, Miller. I think that's the same thing I read, but whatever. Wyatt Tinsley wins the stage. Sean
We got
Butler
Sean
joins the
Butler in
program.
the booth.
Yeah.
Hey,
Boo
I just
Mets.
had a quick question. It's a good game tonight, Jake. I just had a quick question. How many cautions are we up to?
Is this 5?
4 or 5.
What,
No.
why we haven't
got ORN
invested
math
in a
in here.
graphic? Why we haven't invested in a graphic to show you how many caution flags we have had so far? This ticker's been in the works since what, January, February, Zach, and we still don't have a caution counter. I
Zach,
guess
what
it's
is that
because
language?
things
There's no
break
need for that language, Zach. Stop cussing at us. I was just asking a question. Oh my gosh.
Looking under session events to see if that'll help me out at all, and it's not.
Aaron
Holding on.
Brown was ruled the cause of that caution, so he's going to get an UL.
Now it's time for trial and error.
Okay, there we go.
Oh
There we
my,
go.
throwback. So six cautions. I'm going to write that down so I forget it here in 3 laps.
Sean Butler, don't forget to choose here.
Oh, I can see that. I'm going to miss it anyway. Let's see. Are they taking bottom? Oh,
Oh yeah, here's our weather that's so important. Again, why this hasn't carried over, I will sit down and do it if I have to. Air temp 80 degrees, track temp a cool 118 degrees.
all right. Thank you, guys. Have fun.
Yeah,
Have fun.
thanks,
Thank you,
Sean.
Sean.
We'll probably be talking to you in 5 laps when they wreck again. The wind doesn't matter, and the humidity doesn't really matter right now. My only hope is that for tomorrow's race at Watkins Glen, they make it pea soup foggy like at Pocono, and it really makes life difficult for Zach trying to get camera angles of the race car. 1 to green this time.
You know, I don't want to jinx Sean, but he's running pretty well. He's in P6 now, lining up. He's been having.
He has had a rotten year across all of iRacing. I mean, he has struggled in just about anything. Got taken out at the Rock in the Rock 508. But he kind of wrecked himself trying to beat Dale Earnhardt Jr. in Moon Car, and it didn't work. Jr. beat him while flying through the air. He's just had a really rotten year. A lot of big incidents for that 32, but here he is right in the thick of it. We'll see if he can maintain it and be a contender here at the end of this deal. We've still got a long way to go. Stage 2 is under the green flag for the first time, with the end of the stage being lap 150. They are 4 wide almost, trying to get to turn number 1. Kevin McAdams sending it down on the bottom.
Big sense going into 1 and 2. So far, everyone's kept it clean. I'm not seeing any issues so far, but it could still be early to call it. Wyatt Tinsley is still your leader here. He got a pretty good jump there at the start, but behind him, Oates is coming, as well as Alex Klonix is right behind Oates. He might be looking for a P2.
Jonathan Oates really strong at this racetrack, and he's trying to reel in your race leader. First side-by-side battle is between Kevin King, Brian Mercurio, and Briar LaPrade. This is for 6th, 7th, and 8th, headed to turn number 1.
Looks like now Oates is about to pull away as the train is starting to form behind Alex Kalanick's there. He's got Matt Danson behind him in those VKS schemed vehicle with the number 30. He's going to make a move down underneath him in turn 3. Let's see if it sticks.
See if Danson can make it work. How about Mike Cozy Jr.? A good charge for him. He's on the outside line right now, back up to the 13th position. Oh, Collins and Danson almost made contact.
Sean Butler. You might be following Matt Danson here. Try to gain another position.
Danson his way to the front. He's trying to. Right behind that 30 as Oates pulls away for second. Ben's choking on air. Continue to see this battle for the 3rd position. Oh, man, and Sean almost gets into the back of the 30 coming off turn 4.
Did I say VKS? It's VRS.
Yeah.
Virtual casing school. Still side by side here with Alex and Matt. 22 in 30 as they get into each other.
Oh no! Into the wall. Sean collected. Mercurio. Briar LaPrade. It is the big one in turn number 3. The classic crash going into the corner at Richmond, and half a dozen cars pile on into the crash. Spencer Ray involved. Briar LaPrade gets bullied into this crash. He got pushed into it by Nick Miller. He didn't get on the brakes. Michael Cozy Jr., I think, got a piece of it, as if he didn't have enough damage on his race car. And these two just got hooked together.
No, Alex Kalanick's got loose on exit of turn 2. That made him go down into Matt Danson, and it just wiped out the entire field here.
Michael Guest in that as well, got a piece. Another angle, and you're right, just loose again coming off turn 2. Here's the onboard with Briar.
Someone.
And this is LaPrade. He got pushed in by Nick Miller, I think.
I think the onboard that we need to see is from Sean Butler.
I think we need an onboard with Spencer Ray. I don't know where he thought he was going to go with a bright green car sitting in the middle of the racetrack. I mean, the brake pedal's the one in the middle.
Bonk.
What was the plan? Here's the blimp camera, and there you see it. Sean should be okay as far as damage is concerned. I think Cozy might have gotten lucky in all that. All right, and there you have it. So people are pitting, mostly to fix the damage. Wyatt Tinsley is your race leader. We'll step aside once again. You hear from Richmond. Tinsley, your leader, here for the Barr Visual FTF Cup Series. We're back after this from Richmond. By Tinsley, Jonathan Oates on the front row for the restart once again, wrapping up caution number 7. 98 laps complete. 152 to go. Green flag.
Ooh, Oates there with the send. Meanwhile, behind him, a couple rows, they are 3 wide.
It's way back in the back. How about Kevin and Sean? Oh, almost contact. Kevin missed the bottom. Sean asked if he had too much front end damage, but he's trying to hold in line for the time being. So now he's starting to drop back a little bit on that top side.
Yeah, the nose looks clean on my side, but I know looking at the wreck, he did boot the guy in front of him a bit. We'll see if it slows him down with this iRacing damage model.
Michael Guest right behind. Here comes Logan Helton looking underneath Dylan Basin.
Oh, car
Chris
almost
Wett's right
going
behind
around in the
as
back.
well. Trouble. Jeremy Clapper Newell saved the race car. All is good. Yeah, how about Chris Wetz? Sitting in 9th right now. Good run for the 71.
Yeah, he started 26, which is a pretty good run here at Richmond, although a lot of cars did crash in front of him.
Well, but you also have to keep in mind that early in the season, he struggled to make a race just because of the amount of guys that were trying to qualify and speed and points and everything. Now that we don't have as many guys trying to enter for a race, he's been able to get in pretty handily, put together a couple of nice finishes, or at least nice runs. I'm sure that's helping the confidence of the driver of the 71 just a little bit. He had a good run last week going before a couple of incidents kind of took him out. As how about the side-by-side trouble? Jeremy Clapper Newell is parked on the back straightaway. Caution is out. Why? That should be like a disqualification for just sitting in the racetrack, and I hold that belief just about everywhere. But yeah, yeah, we'll get a replay here. And I mean, he just chilled down on the apron for a solid lap. This was actually a multi-car crash.
Yeah, he kind of self-spun himself right here.
That's the early one.
That's earlier.
Yep, it happens the next time by.
So I guess his tires are already hot from that event.
Yep, and he does it again. Back up into Jordan Worth.
Right, left.
And then Margot gets turned by the 36 of Craig Hawkins. And then here's the 31 just chilling on the bottom.
Oh,
he doesn't start to roll till after that caution. Well, something like that should be worth more than an EOL in my opinion, but I'm also not a race admin, so. And there's Hawkins Hawkins just piling it into poor Andy Margot. Cleaning him out. So a couple of guys coming on to pit road, including Wyatt Tinsley and Jonathan Oates. Kevin McAdams is your race leader. Sean Butler sits in the 2nd spot.
It's strange how the same person can be 1 and 2.
Huh? To quote what Justin Malillo said for a promo for tomorrow, it's a doubleheader weekend. Tomorrow, Watkins Glen, Sunday. Basically, the deal is we're racing twice this weekend, not at all next weekend, and then in 2 weeks, August 28th, that's when we have the regular season finale at Daytona to set the chase. So that's why
Chaves are the playoffs.
what did I say? Chase, playoffs, chase-offs, place, whatever. The gimmick that they're using to try and determine who's going to be the champion. How about that? Does that work for you? It's a little wordy, but...
They're choosing.
And Kevin chooses the top. Sean chooses the bottom. Craig Hawkins has parked the car. Done for the night. One to green here this time. I'm sorry, what? Trucks don't race again for like a month?
NASCAR. Why do you think the playoffs started back in July?
I didn't realize that they were skipping like everything until Kansas. That's like October.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. I'll look this up right now. I could read it during the next caution. Okay, that is only the
Coming to the
second
green
weekend of
flag,
September,
Kevin
but still.
and Sean Butler here going in the restart zone, green flag.
All right, let's see how long they make it. Michael Guest sitting there in the third spot, second on the bottom.
Oh, and they're going around.
Trouble in the back. Caution's out. Big crash. Ryan Nalraki. Wyatt Tinsley, the fastest guy in the field involved in this. Spencer Ray in it as well. Ryan Nalraki got run over by Tyler Lannon, it looks like, to bring out the caution, and Wyatt Tinsley nowhere to go. Replay. Wyatt Tinsley says he was trying to get out of the way of the 20 because he was sending it down to the bottom. So he just forgot to make the corner and ran over Naraki. Seems like a legitimate excuse.
He was getting out of the way of Tinsley, which means he forgot to hit the brakes.
That might have been the worst one yet. Wow. And I thought the last one going into turn one was bad. Oh my gosh, Jonathan Oates.
Yeah, so that's Tyler Lannon's second wreck, which means he's going to be parking it for this evening.
Parking? Is that what it means?
You know, parking.
Does it? I don't know the rules. Like, I have been doing this all year on and off, but between the rules here and at MNR, I don't know what's the same. I don't know what's different. I don't know what's changed. You got to keep in mind, we started this thing in February. That's about all you need to know. Well, Justin's probably busy sorting things out, so we'll let him do his job since he's the only man admitting tonight. But out of the race, Clint Roberts, Kyler Wynn, Brian LaPrade, Nick Miller, Craig Hawkins. Everybody else is still on, or in the sim at least. Blake Bryant is, let's see. Blake Bryant's only 30 laps down right now. Landon Mills is 22 down. Robert Dorman 17 down. Dylan Connolly is somehow 12 laps down. Andy Margot's 11 down. Jeremy Clapper Newell is 8 down. Scotty Smith is 3 down. Jordan Worth is now a lap down after he got involved in that crash. Everybody else, for the time being, except for Tyler Lannon, on the lead lap. And Tyler Lannon is still mad at somebody.
They're choosing.
Same deal. Yep. Kevin to the top. Sean to the bottom. Sean Butler writes in, I love how racing brings the community together every week. So Benjamin Easterday has been promoted to the FTF.GG marketing manager. Congratulations.
Thank you, thank you.
There has not been a ruling given for the caution flight, by the way, so I don't think that's officially anything on Tyler Landon, at least not yet.
I'm pretty sure they said something on race control, but
There's Justin on the racetrack. Landon still sitting in the
Green
pits,
flag.
fixing damage. Green flag back in the air. Good launch for Kevin. He'll lead him back to the line. Remember, the end of the stage is lap 150. Here comes Dylan
Oh,
Basin.
and there's
looking
another
three
hard
wide.
crash
They're
in the
wrecking
back.
again. Are you
single
kidding
car,
me?
still green. Oh, yellow flag.
No, caution's out, and nobody wrecked. They saved
Yeah.
it.
Well,
Who
he hit the
did
hard.
it?
He hit the wall pretty hard there. I think that's Rabbit.
Oh, it was Nathan Rabideau. Run over by Aaron Brown. Michael Guest just parked it. He was running inside the top 10. I think he just unplugged the computer from the wall. He's so beside himself. Nathan Rabideau just rammed it into the tire barriers. He's so beside himself.
These things happen.
How the mighty have fallen. Here's the replay.
Yeah, he just gets run into the back by Aaron Brown.
And that's the caution. Blake Bryant has parked the car. So the turn one meme lives on here in FTF. By the way, I stopped counting there for a little bit. I believe that's caution number 9. I think.
I don't know. Zach, can you put it on the board?
Not without melting his computer. He can't. He's busy click-clacking
Busy
away at his
typing,
keyboard. so,
angry
yeah.
typing.
He's rewriting the Bible right now as we speak in our booth chat. So
Zach Johnson special.
considered a safety caution, so nobody gets a blame. How convenient. How convenient. Okay, so Landon apparently is not supposed to be on the racetrack. So, oh, it is caution number 10, so I did indeed miss one. Thank you. All right. Tyler Landon is not on the race. What? All right. We're choosing this time. Nobody's paying attention anymore, it feels like. To all 44 of you watching right now, hi, hello, welcome to FTF.GG. We submit ourselves to this torture each and every weekend, except for next weekend when we have a week off. We get a double dipping of this weekend, though. We're here at Richmond tonight, then tomorrow at 8 o'clock. Same place, we're at Watkins Glen.
We're at
And
Richmond.
we have gone back in time, and we're now STN. Incredible. Apparently, it's a throwback race now. So we're off. We're off again next week, and then we're back in 2 weeks for the regular season finale from Daytona to set the grid for the chase-off, playoff, whatever you're calling it. And then we're in the final 10 races. We're in the home stretch. And we go back and forth between Saturday night races and Sunday races throughout the entire season. For the most part, we're on Sundays. Well, we're kind of all over the damn place now that I actually look at the schedule. Some Saturdays, some Sundays, and then the championship finale is the same day as the real world finale, Sunday, November 6th. Green flag for FTF is 8 o'clock Eastern.
And speaking about green flag, we are green flag.
Yep, back underway here from Richmond. Let's see if we can make it through the corner this time. Kevin and Sean lead us down into the corner. And it looks like in the back of the field, they're 3 wide, but they're going to behave themselves till they at least get up off the corner. Kevin leads. Sean side by side with Dylan Basin for second. Basin driving it deep around the outside.
Yeah, he drove it in deep there, but I think Sean's going to have the momentum here. He's also going to have the side draft, but he gets on the brakes a little bit too early there, but Basin really drives it up there. He might bounce off the wall. He doesn't. They stay side by side there in the backstretch entering turn 3.
Wonder if that damage for Sean that he picked up on the nose like 4 cautions ago is really hurting his speed and allowing Basin to have that better run up on the high side. He's all but got the spot, and now he is clear. So move Dylan Basin back up into position number 2. How about Chris Wett sitting in the 5th spot right now, trying to hold Michael P. Frisch and others at bay. Here comes Helton looking for 3rd.
Yeah, Helton's got the spot. Oh, man, as Chris Wetz, you just almost jinxed him. He got real loose there on the exit. Now going to turn 1, he's going to lose a couple spots there.
Almost wets his pants with that slide coming off turn number 4, but he makes it work, and he almost gets run over again there by Kevin King. Jake Poulin sliding the tires off turn 4, or off turn 2. He's able to hold on and does not crash. We stay green.
We go back down to P7. We got a battle here. Chris Wetz is trying to get his spots back after wetting himself, as Jacob says. Kevin King gets a spot. Cozy gets around him now. Or I spoke too fast. Now he gets around him.
And Cozy trying to get that outside line to work. He's pretty much had the back to front challenge after being involved in that crash early on. Gotten himself back up into the top 10 now, sitting in the 8th spot. And I think the cautions are helping him just kind of pick guys off one by one on the restarts, and the caution to re-rack. Doesn't seem like he has the speed on the long runs, but it's on the short runs where he's able to pick him up and lay him down. He's right behind Kevin King and Ethan Corder in a battle right now. That's for the 6th position.
Yeah, Kevin King really sent it there on Ethan. Meanwhile, Cozy is just stuck behind these cars. I think Cozy's probably got a top 5 to top 3 car right now. He's faster than these guys in front of him. He's just got to be patient and work himself around these guys, which he's been doing a pretty good job of so far.
32 to go here in stage number 2. Then the final 100 laps to get us to the end. They are 3 wide, almost 4 wide. That's Cosman in the middle. Lucas Plessel on the outside. Wyatt Tinsley on the bottom. Now Kolonix is there with Jonathan Oates. Oh, Cosman's going to get put into the wall. Turned. Oates involved. Brian Mercurio again. Cautions out. And that time, Cosman just wasn't quite clear when he came up off turn 4. That might be a record for longest green flag run of the night. Caution number 11.
Yeah, we're going to see it right here now.
What is Decon doing here? This is a replay. What? What?
All right, well, that's a thing that happened as well, but let's go to the actual accident.
Yeah, here's the actual caution.
3 wide, Cosman just goes up into him.
Yeah, I mean, Kolonix didn't give him much room. I don't know if they didn't know they were 3 wide, but they were 3 wide. And Mercurio nowhere to go. More damage for him in that 41.
Yup.
A lot of damage for Cosman. Pit road is open. Some takers. including those at the front of the field. This is going to cycle around, put Kevin King out in front. He'll stay out along with Zwack, Wyatt Tinsley, Alex Kolonix, Jonathan Oates, who was involved in the crash. Aaron Brown, Jake Pullen will stay out as well. Everybody else on pit road, looks like Kevin McAdams will win the race off pit road, beating Dylan Basin.
Mm-hmm. So we got 134 laps completed. Stage will be at 150. Choosing this time, Kevin King is leading him down to the choose cone.
Yep.
In that god-awful Lowe's 48.
Is going to stay out. Interesting. And he just got run into from behind from Dylan Basin. Very cool. Cool.
These things happen.
Very cool. Guess there wasn't enough damage on that 00. He wanted to put some more on there. But, yeah, so we'll try it again.
Pretty interesting at the start of this. Leader's chosen the inside. And now as the later run has... Now in the later run, seems like the leader's been choosing the outside.
All right, 1 lap to green. We'll have 15 to go in the stage. Matthew Zwack going to be starting on the inside. Kevin King is your race leader. He'll be starting from the outside. And now the guy on the front row is asking what gear he should be restarting in, so I'm sure nice. Half the field's not going to make it through turn 1 this lap. I hope he's kidding. Green flag, 15 to go, stage 2.
Well, he must be kidding because he got a hell of a start there. As they try to go 3 wide, entering turn 1, they decide against it.
Toward the back, Aaron Brown gets a little high, wide, and handsome, but he holds on. And they figure it out now. Ethan Corder chops off Nate Stewart. He's sideways, holds on. Stacks up the rest of the pack, and Stewart's going to continue to hemorrhage spots. I thought for sure there'd be some angry people over the radio about that, but there are not. Kevin King, your leader. Wyatt Tinsley, 2nd. Zwack, 3rd. Kolonix, 4th. Basin, 5th. Jonathan Oates dropping back on that outside line in 6th. Now here comes Cozy to try and take that spot away.
Cozy again is just slowly but surely making his way up to the front.
Up the middle, 3 wide, further back. Sean Butler, Michael P. Frisch. And he almost makes contact. I think he did make contact with Aaron Brown, kind of pushed him up the hill. And now he's going to go 3 wide around the outside to try and get by McCandless and Jake Pullen, and he does so. $11 to go, stage 2.
3 wide for P3.
Oh, man. Cozy backs out of it. Zwack backs out of it. Basin does not. He holds on to the spot. But for how long? He's going to clear them both. Meanwhile, for the lead, Wyatt Tinsley is within the tire tracks of the 29 of Kevin King, but he washed up a little bit. They're in 3.
Yeah, normally with the clean air, the leader's been able to pull away. Not the case so far with Kevin King leading. Whether he has older tires or he's just running a bit slower than everyone else.
Oh, trouble. There goes Nalraki. Matt Spalding. Back straightaway. Look out. Caution's
There's
out.
caution.
That was Ryan Nalraki and Matt Spalding 3 wide with Jake Poland down the back straightaway. And Cosmo and SU needs a dude wipe. Holy crap. Replay.
Yeah, Matt Spalding is middle 3, just goes. I think he bounces off of Jake Poland, then goes down into Ryan Naraki, and then they all start wrecking. Here's a view from Cosman's point of view. Ooh, he's good.
Pits are open. Those in the back coming on to pit road more than anything, and those involved in the crash, as well as our leader Kevin King. But Wyatt Tinsley will stay out, and he will take over. Shout out to baseball for making no sense whatsoever, by the way.
What's going on in baseball?
Okay, so
It's about the Phillies. No one cares, by the way.
Okay, so Joey Gallo cannot hit a baseball to save his life. He couldn't figure it out with the Yankees, so they traded him at the trade deadline and sent him out to Los Angeles. Since that point, the Dodgers have won 12 straight. I believe they're 10-0 since the trade deadline. And the Yankees, tonight, picked up just their second win since the trade deadline, barely beating their rival, the Red Sox, 3-2. The Dodgers are in a 12-game win streak. They have 79 wins this year. I hate it.
Well, the
Their
Dodgers
last
are
loss
good. They're spending a lot of
was
money
against
now.
the Rockies, July 30th. They have not lost a game since. Then there are the Phillies, who now suddenly cannot play offense.
Choosing this time. How about those Guardians, though?
I mean, the Guardians that just lost today to the Blue Jays, 2-1.
Well, we beat them yesterday.
Well, you didn't beat them today. Play them again tomorrow to finish the series, and actually, that's the last time you play the Blue Jays this year. Be tomorrow. Actually, I think. Yes.
Who knows?
All right.
There's 150-some games.
Yeah, I know. Way too many. And the season's even later this year because of the lockout that they had to start the season. There are regular season games like a week and a half into October this year. It's ridiculous. Just cut the schedule down, Manfred. Come on.
We got a comment in Twitch. They still call baseball a sport? LOL. Man, they still call racing a sport.
Well, these things happen. At least the Phillies get the misery out of the way early tomorrow. A 1:40 start. I appreciate that. I don't have to wait all day for my hopes and dreams to get crushed. Checking up on some other scores around the league. Top of the 8th, the Giants are up over the Pirates 2-0, and the Twins lead the Angels in the top of the 8th 2-0 as well. Green flag with 4 to go in stage 2.
Tinsley again with a great start as we enter the danger zone.
They're going to make it at least through turns 1 and 2. more than likely going to be racing for the stage points here, as if we get another caution, that'll be that. Oh, and Matt Danson got a little squirrely there. Got some help from Nate Stewart. 3 to go.
Yeah, they're 3 back there.
Kevin King up the middle after he made his pit stop there at that last caution flag, trying to work his way back up through the field. Oh, man,
Drivers are
Spencer
wiggling,
Ray.
but they keep it straight.
He's been in like 14 different wrecks tonight.
Two to go.
Dylan Basin has Sean Butler all over the back door. Coming to the white flag here in stage number 2. You've got Cozy behind him, as well as Michael P. Frisch. One to go, stage 2.
So far, so good for Wyatt Tinsley, Dylan Basin, and Sean Butler up there. Everyone's so far so good, keeping it straight.
Oh, man, Danson just sent it in on Poland. He's going to wreck into quarter. They save it. No caution. And Wyatt Tinsley sweeps the stages. He will win stage 2. And now here comes Basin. He goes by for the lead. Here comes Butler looking for second.
That probably should have been a caution there, but we're going to just...
they're driving good.
They are driving good. As we got Dylan Basin for the lead, as Wyatt Tinsley just falling like a rock after winning that stage.
Well, I think he wanted to win the stage and then get the heck out of the way and try and save some fuel and or tires. So, because he pulled over immediately once they got to the start-finish line. So Tinsley falls to 3rd. Here comes Cozy looking for that spot. He's probably going to get it here. So Dylan Basin now leads. Sean Butler in 2nd. Michael Cozy Jr. running in the 3rd spot now. Kevin King, good comeback for him. He's now in the 9th spot after starting tail end after pitting. And Cosman's on pit road, broke the toe link trying to avoid that crash.
Yeah, are we able to possibly get a replay of that crash while we
should, if we can.
Zach's thinking about it. Meanwhile, we got a battle here
stops melting through the floor. Here we go.
Here's a replay.
Back here, I mean, Danson just sent it in, not even for a playoff spot, and he lost more spots.
You know what? Even though
by moving them,
it involved a couple drivers, they kept it straight after that. I'd say,
yeah,
keep it green.
Here's Cosman. Oh, that's where he broke
the pit road there.
Yeah, that's where he broke the toe link. Was he hit the inside pit wall with the left front? Ryan Alraki, I think, has parked it. Yes, Ryan Araki did park the car. Done for the night. So we're inside 100 to go. We're now in stage 3. So there you see the battle for 5th, 6th, and 7th. For the back, Kyle Nix is in a big battle. Jonathan Oates back there. Nate Stewart. And more.
Oh, Colin Nix
brother
is getting the business there.
Racetrack's this way, pal. Now here comes Danson. Looking underneath Nate Stewart as we ride on board with Colonix.
Oh
no, Nate Stewart turns him. Oh, he saved it.
Yeah, Nate Stewart has been on him for a good couple laps now. I think he just got impatient and sent him. He was
I think he was
over with him.
Gonna send it either way, and then the 22 turned down in front of him to try and protect the spot, and Nate Stewart says, you know what, I don't care, you're gone.
Yep.
Moves him out of the way.
Cosman's done for the night, unfortunately.
Yeah, I figured after breaking that toe link that was gonna be it for him, so we'll park the car. Okay, I have a question.
What's up?
If a car passes post-race inspection but is missing a lug nut, does it really pass post-race inspection?
Yes, because the lug nut doesn't matter.
But they still get fined for not having the lug nut,
Yes.
which should mean that's an illegal car if they're getting fined for it, right?
No.
You would think? I don't know. Either way, Chandler Smith actually your winner. He did not get DQ'd or anything. He passed inspection, but he's missing a lug nut, so the wallet gets a little bit lighter, I guess, over at the 18, but
I don't know. I don't think a lug nut should matter as far as winning or not winning. They'd out suck.
well, I think it does, just because you could potentially put yourself in a position where you purposely only put 4 lug nuts on the car, get a faster pit stop, go back out there, you win the race because of that. I mean, that's why they put the lug nut rule in the way it was, because guys in the Cup Series were cutting corners and they were only putting like 3 lug nuts on the wheels instead of all 5. It's a safety issue.
That's fair.
Obviously, it's a lot easier to enforce in the Cup Series because it's 1 lone lug nut, and if you don't have that, well, your crew chief is going on vacation for the next 4 weeks, so. Dylan Basin is your leader here at Richmond, 86 laps to go. We'll step aside, go to a break. Hear from the Richmond, Robert Dorman and Roll 250. We're back after this. I don't know who the hell it is. We're back here from Richmond. We're under the caution flag for an incident on the back straightaway involving Aaron Brown, it looks like, getting turned around. We'll get a replay here.
Meanwhile, under caution, or while we are under commercial there, Kevin King did take the lead there as we look at this.
Landon
And
Mills
just a
dumping him.
spin. That's a straight up dump.
EOL for Landon Mills.
As all the leaders come down pit road.
And what makes that even worse, Landon Mills is 22 laps down. Aaron Brown's on the lead lap. Yikes.
Oh no.
Pits are open. Everybody on pit road this time. Nobody choosing to stay out. Race off pit road goes to Kevin King. Then it's Cozy, Basin, Frisch, and Philip McCandless. Your top 5. Everybody taking 4 tires.
That road to pro practice really paying for itself with Michael Cozy getting the spot there.
Yeah.
I believe so.
So, under caution for the 13th time tonight. We'll figure out who just hand grenaded. Let's see. Drivers that have a meatball flag include nobody because everything just got cleared. I think it might be Jake Poulin, actually. Perhaps. No. How about Landon Mills, maybe? I'm just looking at who had black flags cleared recently. Naraki's out and Cosman's out. Well, what the heck?
I don't know.
Well, Naraki was already out of the race, so it was not him.
Choosing.
Anyway, we have to wave. Choosing. We have to wave everybody around, and now people are choosing here. Fresh
top
chooses
3
the bottom.
Stayed up on the top.
Yeah, interesting move here. I guess they figure we're going to wreck 15 more times, so might as well just pick a line and get comfortable.
Ryan Araki has disconnected.
Yeah, I think I said that a couple of times. Thanks for listening. This just in, Ryan Araki out of the race. Case didn't catch it the first 14 times.
All right, Kevin King is leading with Michael P. Frisch. Philip McCandless is up here.
Yeah.
He's doing a pretty good job. Cozy is back up here as well. Sean Butler's
Mercurio,
doing good.
with that beat up bucket of junk, he finds himself P7 right now. He's been, I think, in 3 or 4 different accidents tonight, just wrong place, wrong time. That front end is beaten up a little bit, but he's still up here trying to put together a nice run for that team.
Yeah, and sadly, Ryan Araki has parked it.
Yep. 75 to go. Green flag.
Ooh, we got some battle in mid-pack there. 3 wide. Bunch of moving. Everyone keeps it straight so far.
For now.
As Kevin King leads it across the line. Michael P. Frisch is P2. Cozy's P3. As the rest of the pack is behind them.
Michael and Michael show for the second spot. Cozy gets dropped back to 3rd, move Frisch up to 2nd. Remember, he started from the pit lane, was supposed to start up inside the top 10 in the 8th spot, but he decided to do the hard challenge, and here he is now up in P2. It only took him 175 laps to get there.
Yeah, and Michael P. Frisch was going to be in 4th position, and with the leaders all taking the high side, he took the bottom first row, and that gained him P2 here. So it was a really smart move by Frisch.
And now he has his sights set on the race leader in Kevin King. And that last time by, he was faster than the race leader. First side-by-side battle, Mercurio and Philip McCandless. That's been resolved. How about Jonathan Oates and Chris Wetz? Well, further behind him. Comes Kevin underneath Logan Helton. That's for ninth.
Two by two there. Looks like getting a position, getting close. Ooh, if we focus up in the
And
front,
Colonic.
I think Frisch got a bump, and now it is Cozy that has taken second position.
No, he just missed the corner. He did not get hit. He just went way up the racetrack.
But Frisch has lost 5 positions there, going back to P6, as it is now Cozy's turn to start intimidating Kevin King. I don't think Kevin King is all that fast. He's been doing good with strategy and staying up front. But for everyone else, they've been able to pull away when they're the leader. But for him, he's just been able to stay up front, but he's been getting hounded by whoever is in second place or behind him.
Could just be trying to save his equipment. With that clean air, he gets a lot more help than he does if he was, say, in that second or a third spot. Here comes Sean trying to get by Dylan Basin for third. You got Mercurio right behind. They'll both get by him.
And then Sean in P3.
Oh man, Mercurio really
Mercurio-
sent it on Sean.
Yeah, he really sent either Sean missed the corner or Mercurio really sent it in there. But that was almost a spin waiting to happen, as Brian Mercurio looks like he's going to be there here entering turn 1, and he takes that spot. But Sean might
lets him
come
have
back
it.
with a crossover. We didn't have the
Maybe he
exit
got-
speed.
Basin right behind, trying to hold with him. And again, a reminder, we're back tomorrow from Watkins Glen, 8 o'clock Eastern, when we'll be live on the air for that. After that, we'll just have one race to go before we get to the championship part of the season, and 16 drivers will duke it out to try and win a championship in the last 10 races.
It's hard to believe it's already playoff time. It just seemed like yesterday where we were starting a race in Daytona with 120 drivers.
It is weird. There's no doubt about it. I mean, it doesn't help that the season's like kind of shifted earlier now. So you're also starting the playoffs earlier already, just based off the calendar year. Usually they wouldn't start until we get into September, but now we're starting them here pretty much at the end of August. And it is hard to believe that after Daytona, we have just 10 more weekends of NASCAR racing and FTF racing to go, or we get to the off season. It's time for the holidays. People are going to be playing Christmas music by the time the championship race comes around.
It's going
insane.
cold.
Yeah, well, cold in some places as Colonix is trying to run over Nate Stewart. There might be a little
I think Nate
retaliation
Stewart
for what
almost tried to
happened
run over
earlier.
someone.
Well, now Nate Stewart trying to pinch him back. These two have been going at it. They made contact earlier. Oh, and he's going to... Oh, he almost
close.
cleaned him out. He's thinking about it. Stewart punted Colonix on that last green flag run.
There we go. Colonix
And,
finally got it.
Yeah, Colonix finally got him back, and they're kind of spatting back and forth at each other over the chat. Coming to 57 to go.
Up front, it is still tight. We got a lapper in the way. That is Dorman, I believe.
Yep, that's Dorman getting up out of the way.
But so far, close battle here. We're at lap
Cozy
195 out of 250.
They're hanging in there. Oh, Logan Helton getting run over off turn 2. Here comes Colonix. It was Matt Danson that got in the back of the 63.
We got a battle for P2 here.
Got the nose right back. Battle for second is one car up against the outside wall. Just trying to get out of harm's way.
Yeah, and how Cozy got to the outside there is he tried to send it, and King braked a little bit earlier than Cozy expected. He moved up the track, and Brian Mercurio took the opportunity to send it to the inside, and looks like he's going to gain that position. He is now P2, and he's going to be the next person to try to intimidate Kevin King.
Let's see what he can do. Probably going to have to make one more stop. Make it on fuel. But,
here we see Dorman.
Yep.
Making a pit stop.
Multiple laps down.
I believe I'm hearing Kevin King clutching it. If you want to go on board with him.
Good battle back here. This is 10th through 12th. Swack, Danson, and Colonix. And then you got Nate Stewart and Jonathan Oates that are approaching right behind.
Colonix in another battle.
Yeah. Just got to keep an eye on that 22 and that 4. It's not that I don't trust them, that they won't take each other out. It's that I just feel it coming. If Stewart doesn't take somebody else out in the process first.
It's not that I don't trust him, it's just I don't trust him.
Right. Let's go on board with Kevin King here if we can. See what we can hear. We'll really find out once he gets into turn number 3 here. Not that time.
Seems to
See
be
if it doesn't
doing
turn
it.
1.
He's either just lifting earlier on turn 1.
So leaders getting some more lap traffic here. That's Rabideau just up the road. Trying to ask where he wants him to go. Gonna try and go high here and just get out of everybody's way. And he does. Almost a battle back here, and now Danson kind of pulling away, and Jonathan Oates almost sent it straight into Colonix there going into turn number 3. 45 to go.
Yeah,
and what has been the longest.
To see when these guys are going to pit.
just have to wait and see. This has been the longest green flag run of the night.
Yeah, and looking at the lap times, after the last restart, they're running 22.5, 22.6s. Now they're running 23.7s, 23.8s. About a second and a half off.
Tires definitely going to be a factor. They have 8 sets or 7 sets in the pit lane. Most of these guys have used maybe as many as 4. I don't think anybody has used more than 5, maybe a 6th. Just saving 1 set for the end, but everybody's got at least 1 set sitting down in the pit lane, if not more than that.
We'll see Sean Butler battling with Kevin McAdams.
Yeah, Sean's kind of fallen back a little bit. He was in that 4th spot. He's dropped back to 8th.
I think right now we're in that situation where people are either saving fuel or pushing it, or they got bad tires on them. As we got our first taker in a pit road.
Basin going to open the window for the money stop. With 41 laps to go, Dylan Basin making the call to be the first guy on. The key here is no mistakes. Don't overshoot your box. Don't speed. Don't screw up the blending line trying to get back out onto the racetrack. All very important no matter where you pit under green, but especially at a short track. And remember, he's got the last pit box at the exit of pit road for being the pole sitter. And if you're somebody like Basin, you're hoping that you do not get a caution flag at this point, because you will be trapped more than likely more than 1 lap down as he finally gets it away. And for the 04, 4 tires and fuel.
Yeah, no one went to the pits last lap, and it doesn't look like anyone's going to be going into the pit road this time by. So Basin really went early there, but he is going to be about a second and a half faster than everyone out there. So where will he end up?
Inside 40 to go. And we know that these guys can make it 60-some laps on fuel. So fuel isn't the issue. I think for these guys now, the question is, do you pit now, get fresher tires immediately, and then have more worn tires toward the end? Or do you pit later and try and have those fresh tires for later on, side by side for second between Cozy and Mercurio?
Yeah, very interesting to see what will be the best play to go with, as Cozy's trying to make this pass for P2. See if he gets the exit here.
Could open up the door for McCandless as well.
Yeah, Philip McCandless been running pretty good. He's been up in the top 5, top 10 pretty much this entire race, so good on him.
He does have a win this season. Not eligible for the playoffs, though. Doesn't have enough starts. Won't be able to have enough starts by the time we get to Daytona. Now we're going to look at maybe go 3 wide.
Made the bet.
Oh, man, Nate Stewart is really off the pace coming off turn 2. Dylan Basin ran him over, and now Danson's in trouble. Trying to pit, no caution. Danson got on the apron and spun it on the bottom, but no caution flag for it being in the racing line. We stay green. That is huge.
I wouldn't really say he was in a racing lane, but it was definitely close. That would have really screwed over a couple of
How about
people
for
that
second?
were playing the pit game.
Here's McCandless, and he's got it. Cozy drives it in deep on the high side, but
Not
that
gonna pay
109 will take over second.
And here we can look at a replay here of what happened at the entry of pit road here. And see, he's signaling that he's going to go down the pit road.
He just gets on the apron and loops it. Trouble. Allegedly. And now they saved it. I hate drivers that do that.
They're just trying to get that yellow, trying to play the system on the race admins.
Where the hell is Landon Mills? He was the one that did it. It was Andy Margot. No, who was it? It was Aaron Brown who looped it. Kind of in the same spot that Danson did, just a little bit closer to pit entry.
We're good. We're staying green. We go back up front here. We have Dylan Basin a whole second faster than everybody, trying to make his way through the leaders here.
Trying to get a lap back. One car coming onto pit road. It's Ethan Corder. Lucas Plessel will join him. They make it onto pit road without any issue. Ethan Rabideau going to come in this time. Comes Tidwell as well. He makes it onto pit road. Your leader going to stay out though for another lap. And Dylan Basin will get himself back on the lead lap by passing Kevin King right there.
Kevin King has opened up a 2-second lead. Completely different from how he started. I believe you were right, Jacob. He was just saving his tires, saving his stuff.
And I think he's been doing it the entire race as well. Especially when he's been out in the lead, when he's had nobody really to kind of set pace with. He just sets his own pace, and everybody's been okay for the most part in riding around behind him.
There's Rabbit.
Still no call from the leaders as to when
Rabbit
they
who
could
spins
come on
it.
pit road. Oh, that's right in front of Art Reimer. No caution again. What?
Hey, we got pit stops happening. We don't really want to screw that up. And he was out and out of the way at the end of it, so keep it green. Self-spin.
That may not be the last one, though. Just looking around the racetrack and everything that's out there. And Rabideau on fresher tires, too.
As the admins have advised that the apron is indeed a bad place to go.
Yeah. Cozy has recaught McCandless. Frisch is there. Now Mercurio is dropping back. He's getting passed by some guys as Art Reimer's got to get out of the way.
Yeah, we got some
The battle for third.
drivers with fast tires here trying to navigate all these lead lappers on older tires.
About 3 wide. Aaron Brown around the top. Oh, now Margot's going to go 3 on the bottom.
Ooh,
How about 4?
4 wide.
Oh, they're still going for him. Dancing.
Danson
my
has fresh tires.
gosh.
So does Jake Boland. Philip McCandless gets bodied by one of these monsters, Andy Margot.
Oh, man. No regard for human life. 22 to go. Sean
Battle
Butler.
between 73 and the 26.
I don't know who Sean's mad at, but he's really mad at somebody. Just go by me. I think it was Ethan Corder, and he did eventually go by. Kevin McAdams to pit road.
Yeah, all these fresh tire guys are being monsters out here. They do not give anything.
$20 to go. Kevin King still staying on the racetrack. Make it 19 to go this time. I wonder if some of these guys are maybe trying to make it to the end on fuel. I wouldn't think they could make it, but
I wouldn't think so either, but again, Kevin King was saving there at the beginning of
well,
the run.
I think they're just running the tanks dry because they're at 60 laps right now, the leaders are.
Okay. Yeah, and there's
So-
no way they can go another 20.
Right. So I think the rest are just running them dry.
I tell you, if they're going to pit, they're going to need to pit very soon.
Yep.
Otherwise, these guys with tires are going to end up gaining position on them once they do finally pit.
And that could really box those in that decide to wait if we do get a late race yellow. As Matt Spalding comes onto pit road.
Well, Spalding's 18 laps down.
Yep. Apparently we have a prediction running. Get your predictions in.
Are we staying green to the end? 0% currently say yes. 100% say no. Field's pretty spread out. I don't know.
Well, that doesn't mean somebody won't crash it trying to make it onto pit road.
Well, we've seen it stay green after spins.
Well, but if two or more cars are involved, though, then they're going to have to throw. Battle for second really heating up. Frisch is all over McCandless. You got
John
Ethan
Butler's
Quarter,
there
a
as
lap
well.
car. Yep. Fresher tires. He
I'm
passes
sorry,
Frisch
that's Ethan Quarter, not Sean
and
Butler.
McCandless. Yep, that's Quarter. And Sean's way
Frisch.
way back there. He just came off turn 4 now. Side by side for second.
First tried that inside. Didn't really work out for him, I think. Philip McCandless is going to have that outside. Meanwhile, here's Kevin McAdams looking for a way around these guys, taking it 3 on the inside.
Frisch almost clear. Now he is. Frisch takes over second. With 11 to go. I did not think they could make it this long.
I didn't think so either, especially with all these different strategies going on.
Yeah, I would think at this point, if you haven't pitted, you're not going to. 9 laps to go for Kevin King.
Yeah, it's now or never. Going through the rundown, we got Kevin King, Michael P. Frisch, Philip Cecil McCandless, Cozy, Oates, Brad Mercurio, Dylan Basan, Alex Klonix, and Logan Helton.
It'll be Dylan Basin, by the way.
Basan.
No. Kevin King looking for his second win on the season. He won at New Hampshire about a month ago. He has made enough starts this season to be eligible for the playoffs. He's already locked in with the win from New Hampshire. Trying to pick up his second. He's 6 laps away this time by. As here comes Ethan Corder. One of the guys on fresher tires.
That's a pretty cool scheme that Ethan Corder has.
Why don't you tell us about it, Ben?
Well, unfortunately, it's for every star in his car is a life shot lost in the shooting earlier this year. So hopefully we don't get any more stars on that car.
These guys are trying to save enough fuel to make it to the end. 4 to go. Kevin King has almost a 4.5 second cushion over Michael P. Frisch. Matt Danson and, okay, so Jonathan Oates is in 6th. He's pitting. Basin is in 4th. He did pit. He can make it to the end. He's about 5.5 seconds back on Kevin King, coming to 3 laps to go. So it sounds like some guys are running out. Here comes Oates. He's coming to pit road. Frisch is almost 5 back. Alex Kolonix is on to pit road. We're coming to 2 to go this time by.
Who can
Unless they all run out.
Who can pull their best Blake McCandless here?
That's Matt Danson going by Cozy. Teammates, that's for 5th. 2 to go for Kevin King. He is really backing it down through turns 1 and 2.
He's lifting about
He's
halfway
clutching
through the backstretch.
Yeah. Coming to the white flag. 1 more lap to go for Kevin King.
Is he going to make it?
Through turns 1 and 2 for the final time.
Frisch is 5 seconds behind.
You might be able to shut it off and coast it from here. Basin's battling for 3rd with McCandless, but through 3 and 4, Kevin King saves enough, and he's going to take the 48 or the 29 to victory lane. Kevin King, 2nd win on the year. He wins at Richmond.
Amazing.
78 laps on a tank of fuel. And he's going to take it to victory lane for the 2nd time this season. Sean Butler and Logan Helton tried to save as much as they could. Helton finished 10th. Sean finished 17th.
Oh.
They did not. I guess they saved barely enough. Helton said that he saved a lot, and he barely made it to the flag. And then, really, I don't think anybody else had any issues as far as making it to the end. You had Basin, Danson, and McAdams, as well as Poulin in the top 10, who did pit. But you've got the rest of the top 10 that it did not pit and was just saving fuel that whole time. As Jordan is celebrating the fact that he finished this race, the 24th position, 2 laps down. And he's doing the reverse Polish victory lap thing and almost
trying to make
hits
it 4
that
laps
car.
down around.
Yeah, and then slams into the pit wall, throws it back in gear, and gets back. Kevin King is your winner. He's out of fuel and had it basically get it pushed to victory lane. Michael P. Frisch finishes in 2nd. Dylan Basin, your pole sitter, pitted, got 3rd, but couldn't get any better. Philip McCandless, a good finish in 4th. Matt Danson finishes 5th. Michael Cozy Jr. finishes in 6th. Kevin McAdams finishes 7th. Brian Mercurio 8th. Jake Poulin, 34th to 9th on the night. He finishes in 9th. Logan Helton barely saved enough fuel for the checkered flag. He finishes in 10th. Then is Chris Wetz, Nate Stewart, Spencer Ray, who got involved in a lot of wrecks tonight. Not his fault, really. Wyatt Tinsley finishes 14th. Ethan Corder, 15th. Lucas Plessel, 16th. Sean Butler in 17th. Matthew Zwack, 18th. Everybody else a lap down or more. Aaron Brown, Lane Tidwell rounding out the top 20. Then you've got Colonix, Jonathan Oates, Scotty Smith, Jordan Worth, 2 down. Art Reimer, 3 down. Andy Margot, 12 down. Dylan Connolly, 14 laps down. Nathan Rabideau, 16 down. Dorman and Spalding, 18 down in 29th and 30th. Landon Mills, 31 laps down. Everybody else out of the race. Naraki, Yoneshu, Guest, Landon, Clapper, Newell, Hawkins, Miller, LaPrade, Bryant, and then your last 3, Wynn, Roberts, and Melillo. Let's talk with our race winner, Kevin King, coming away with your 2nd win on the season. How in the world did you save enough fuel to make it to the end?
I clutched the hell out of it, which is really tricky going into turn 1, but it was hard to do at the start. I knew I was close. I was about like half a gallon shy, and then I needed a gap. And then when Cozy started to fall off, I just literally just started clutching all the way through. Yeah, barely had enough to make it. It helped me save tires. I was a little scared that Dylan was going to have like hot lap pace, but his tires plateaued, and yeah, at that point, once I figured out he wasn't going to pass me, I just started saving fuel again and then came out on top. So I'm happy.
2nd win on the season. Taking this momentum not only into tomorrow when we're at Watkins Glen, and I want to know how you feel about going into that road course tomorrow, but the playoffs on the doorstep, the cutoff race in just 2 weeks' time.
Yeah, so as you probably saw, I'm in a different paint scheme. Graham's actually going to race for me tomorrow. I just wasn't feeling Watkins Glen for whatever reason. I don't know why. And he offered, which will help him out for Coke on Tuesday. So I really like Graham. He's a good kid. And if I can help him on the Coke side, whatever I can, hey, go out of it and have fun. Maybe he can win the race in my paint scheme. But yeah, I had to make this paint scheme really quickly. I just basically downloaded and put a 0 on it. But yeah, we're going to be watching Graham hopefully get the dub in our car tomorrow. And hopefully he can do well with that information he gets for Coke on Tuesday.
Well, congratulations on the win, Kevin, and we will see you, I guess, not tomorrow, but in a couple of weeks when we go to Daytona for the cutoff. Congratulations.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Just want to thank the guys on the team. I have a new guy whose name's Kenny Humpy. I'm not sure if you met him before, but he's coming around again, so we're trying to get him back up to speed. All the guys in the Discord tonight that were kind of giving me a prize of lap times and whatnot, and you guys for hanging around for this incredibly long race. I'm just glad it ended up on a high note for us.
Hey, we almost finished before midnight. For us starting at 10 o'clock, that's impressive with 13 caution flags. Thanks for your time, Kevin, and we'll see you at
Appreciate it. Yeah, thank you.
That's Kevin King, your winner tonight from Richmond. Let's talk with the 2nd place driver, which would have been Michael P. Well, where the hell's Frisch? Not here. Dylan Basin is here, though. He's not in the right channel, but he is here. Did we talk to him?
Sure.
All right, here. Dylan Basin with Ben.
Dylan, you finished P3. You almost caught up to Michael P. Frisch there. Tell us, when did you start saving for fuel, and how did you make it there to the end?
Well, I got it there by pitting, but and I saw that we were really close on fuel. I was like right at the dot, and I decided I did NAS earlier today, and the pit stop strategy worked, but with the setup, it's not enough fall off to get me up to Kevin. But I think I finished better than I would have. I wish I could have got P2, needed a few more laps, but I'm impressed that they made it that far with that much extra fuel. I know some people like Logan in the back struggle to make it, but I wanted to be different, and I knew if I just tried to copy them, I wouldn't be as far up as I got with the pit strategy. So overall, I'm pretty happy with it.
Yeah, I forgot you were one of the ones that did actually pit. So really, the question would be, how do you get around all of those slow cars without either damaging your car or making sure that they stay out of your way?
But you got to utilize the high lanes and kind of predict where they're at. I mean, I messed up one time with Nate, when it was like my second lap from fresh tires. I just closed up on him so fast and ran him over. I didn't mean to, but like I wasn't getting ready to pass him yet, and then just shot up on him so quick. So really, you got to be like aware on how fast you're going to the corner with those fresh tires, and you got to utilize those high lanes. And I kind of wish I didn't have to use them as much because it killed my tires for the end. And if I didn't have to use the high lanes and could have saved more right front, I probably could have gotten past Frisch and McCandless a lot sooner than I did. But you know, mistakes happened. We still got a top 3 out of it. So,
Well, congratulations, and anyone you want to thank and say hi to?
just Northforce Racing, SRD Setups, and my dad for watching.
All right, that is Dylan Basin.
All right, one more question, Dylan. Since Ben doesn't read anything, we're supposed to ask where's the tire?
You can't really see it, but it's right here. It's in the darkness. There's two of them right here.
Perfect. Thanks for your time, Dylan.
Yeah, no problem.
That's Dylan Basin, your third place finisher tonight here from Richmond. So you coming back tomorrow, Ben? What's the deal for tomorrow at Watkins Glen?
Well, before we do that, we got a Michael P. Frisch in here, P2.
Well, I'll be damned, he showed up.
You saved enough fuel to get in the P2. What'd you do?
We saved enough gas, and we just honestly, throughout the run, the pace kind of just honestly slowed down enough, but not enough to honestly save enough gas. I clutched a couple times at the end just to make sure I had enough, but you didn't really have to aggressively save. And probably towards the back end of the run, I put it up in 5th gear and saved a little bit more gas, so helped me get to the end. I never like finishing second though, but at a track like this, I'll take it because this is probably my. This track is awful. I don't like it.
Well, you had a Dylan Basin catching you in the back with full fuel and fresh tires. Was there anything you really had to do to hold him off there at the end? He was catching you.
Honestly, I wasn't even looking in my mirror with 5 to go. I was just trying to focus on getting to the end and looking at the F4 and looking at gas to make sure I made it. But if he would have got there, I probably wouldn't contest it that hard because I know he pitted and took some tires. So at the end of the day, I probably would have let him round. Would have finished P3. We'll take it still. So it's not for the win. If it was for the win, it would have been a little bit different. But, you know, you can't argue at 2nd or 3rd place.
Of course. So anyone you want to say hi to, say thanks to?
Lowline Racing, Elliott Sadler Esports, and Barr Visuals. Can't thank them enough for letting me run this car and let me run their badass schemes every week and being on the team.
Well, thank you so much for running and talking to us, Michael P. Frisch in P2.
That's your point leader going into the last 2 races of the regular season, Michael P. Frisch. So I'll ask it again. What's the plan for tomorrow? Watkins Glen.
Watkins Glen. It's a road course.
Very
So
cool.
you turn the wrong way. Watkins
All right.
Glen.
Well, somebody will be here in the booth with me. In the meantime, we're obviously at Watkins Glen tomorrow since we've been talking about it ad nauseum tonight. We're
Glen?
back. We're back Wednesday on the 17th for the Esports Racing League finale from Nashville Fairgrounds, 200 laps with the super late models. The eNASCAR qualifying iRacing series is back from IRP, Lucas Oil Raceway, on Thursday, 9 o'clock Eastern. The short course series makes its debut on FTF.gg a week from Monday. That's August 22nd, 9:20 p.m. Eastern for Brandon Short. And SimCar returns Thursday, August 25th, 8:30, round number 2 from Watkins Glen. For Zach Johnson, our producer, everybody at FTF, and Benjamin Easterday alongside me, I'm Jacob Pitts. That's all for tonight. It is Kevin King, your winner from Richmond. We'll see you tomorrow from Watkins Glen.
Watkins Glen!